They thought size didn't matter. Ow! You asshole! Don't touch me with your stick! I think we need an air purifier. Yo, what's up, y'all? How's your day been going? Hope it's been garbage. Comment down below and let me know. Let's get right into this. So, Death Stranding 2. It's a new game. It's a new release. It has been long awaited. People have been waiting for about 6 years for this game, which is kind of a long time in the grand scheme of things. Not every game is GTA, making people wait 10 years for a new game. Now, this is the type of game you really don't see very often. It's very realistic, it's very engaging, it forces you to engage with it, down to every single detail really, while still telling a great post-apocalyptic story while doing it. It's trying to introduce you and get you to know these characters one by one, and it's doing a great job at it. From details of fighting I've seen so far, and the details of health and energy, it all just feels so real, like you're taking care of yourself. It's like you're literally taking care of yourself through a video game, guys. You can't carry 200 pounds of cargo on your back down a hill and expect to sprint down it. It's clearly not gonna work. The same way as you can't walk around for 20 hours straight and expect your feet to feel euphoric. It's not gonna happen. Now, on that note of the game being very realistic, that can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you take it. That is the player's decision on if that is good or bad. Me personally, I think how realistic it is can get a little bit repetitive. I personally think they tried a little bit too much for realism on the walking aspect specifically. I think the fighting is fun. I think the walking is a little bit too slow. I think it makes the game pace really slow whenever I'm 2 hours in and I've gotten in about 3 fights so far. So when I say that the walking is slow, I don't mean the game pace is slow. I mean you're literally walking slow too. Like if you try to walk too fast, you're getting thrown like an egg on a how-to basic video. It's not going good for you. Now, if you look at the gameplay shown, you'll probably see that I look like a drunk buffoon walking around on St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, but that's just the stamina in this game, which honestly I think is really cool, because that's one thing that's good about the realism. Because if you're walking and running like you're Forrest Gump, you're not gonna be able to keep going for that long. And this shows it great, because as you can see, he's not doing too good. As you can see, he's not doing too good. He's stumbling, he's about to fall over, he's unbalanced. Dude probably is dehydrated too. This game is very realistic, guys. You need to pay attention to all of that. All aspects of your health matter. And when I say all aspects matter, I mean every single aspect, guys. Looking like Yamcha, bro. You're a disgrace. Because you can literally take a piss in this game. You can sleep wherever you want to. This is not ideal. Now back to the stuff that I didn't really like. Personally, the swimming so far has been the worst for me. I'm not very far into the game because I don't get to play that often, but the swimming was miserable, dude. It came in, it wiped me away, and I spent probably a good half hour trying to figure out how to navigate the 7 seas. And I sadly had to pay for this game, so I didn't get it through the 7 seas, but I still had to navigate it just to play it. Now, I probably spent about a half hour trying to get across the lake. An entire half an hour just to get across one lake. I personally think that's absurd. Was it a little bit of a user error? Probably a lot, but that's not the point here. The point is, why was it so hard for me to get across this damn lake? I have no clue. The world may never know, just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a little Tootsie Pop, but that still felt absurd either way. Now, was it my fault for buying the second game without playing the first one? Probably, but I think you should be able to do that in video games. I was introduced to the characters pretty well, but I definitely think it could have done a little bit of a better job explaining how everything worked. Now, one of the biggest things that I personally want to bring up is the price of the game. I'm sure it's been talked about a whole bunch lately. I personally don't know because I've been trying to wait and make my own content before I watch content, and maybe that's where some of the problems came. maybe that's where some of the issues have arrived, is the fact that I didn't do my research on this game, and I will admit that. But $85 for me to walk for about 2.5, 3 hours so far, however far I am into the game, it has been so much walking. There has been maybe 3 fights in the last 3,000 kilometers of walking. If it's really gonna be 1 fight per every 3,000 kilometers, I don't know if I'm gonna mentally be able to finish this game. I'm gonna try my best, and I'm gonna try to keep streaming it, but mentally, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through a game that has me doing 1 quest every 1,000 kilometers of walking. But to be honest, other than how slow they make the walking, and other than the weird swimming mechanics, personally, I think it's been an okay game. Am I having the most fun with it? Personally, no. Would I spend $85 on it again? Hell no, dude. It's just going a little bit too slow for me. And again, like I said before, I recognize that this is setting up to be a great story. This is setting up to be a beautiful game. And I'm sure a lot of people are having a lot of fun on this game right now. And I'm just over here melting the chocolate starfish all over it. And I feel kind of bad for it because this game's great so far. It's just way too slow. I have ADHD out the ass, dude. When I cough, ADHD comes up. When I sneeze, I can't even think about the sneeze because I'm focused on something else. Now, in conclusion, I personally wish there was a mode that would let me get the story and speed through the walking a little bit. Now, I know that's probably asking for a lot because I'm just kind of summing up half the game as walking right now. And I mean, I'm only at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this game, really. So I'm a goober on this topic. I have no clue what I'm talking about. But I definitely think, at least in my opinion, that there should be a game mode that lets you speed through the walking and make it a little bit more playable for people with ADHD, or even just people that don't want to sit there and walk all day. Maybe for the people that want to get straight into the action. But yeah, to be completely honest, that's about all I have to say about this game. I definitely wish it was a little bit quicker pace, and I definitely wish it was a little bit more playable for people with ADHD. I don't even care about the action-packed part. I'm fine with story. I have a hard time walking, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, more so with the price point than with the game. I could deal with the game if the price wasn't $85 for the deluxe edition. Maybe $20 would be fine, maybe $40 even, $50. I get inflation's been pretty rough lately, but almost $100 for me to walk for the last 3 hours of my life. I mean, I definitely wasted a little bit of money there, but that's my fault for not checking it out, and I admit that. That's all I have to say about this. You guys have a crappy day. Be safe.
What is this? Get up, dude. Why do I feel like a beached whale right now?